Now let's go to question number 2. So in question number 2, you remember that you get a campus situation, right? So I don't want you to get distracted with the reading. Stick with me for a bit. So, because I want to make this valuable for my new students and my continuing students who've been studying just hardcore. And so the idea is, do you feel just comfort, because this is going to be 100-word paragraph that you're then going to see. The computer's automatically going to record your answer, go to the next question, put on the screen 100-word paragraph that is testing your ability to identify a change, an opinion about a change, a suggestion, and two reasons for it to develop it within 100 words. So read it comfortably, read it with a sense of curiosity as an individual, like, hey, what's going on this campus? And pay attention to the detail of how it's presented. For example, is it an announcement like this one? It's just a paragraph. Sometimes they'll say it's a letter from a student to the campus newspaper. They might say an email, right? An email to students, an email from a student to the administration. So that way, when you begin your answer, you can be impressive with the simple accuracy. The announcement states, the, the email from the student, the letter from Jenny, right? It's clear and accurate. The next thing is, don't worry. If you're not sure, you just say the reading, right? Because it is a reading. So just want to give you that preparation. So what you do is you get 45 or 50 seconds to read and take notes. And you know that this is going to be about a campus situation. The other thing is the accuracy of how you communicate. I notice that when you speak, and I'll just be a little bit personal, right? When you speak, and when I speak, we tend to just want to say the detail we remember, right? So let's say the change is one of my favorites to give. And let's say my change is we are offering free bike usage, right? So we're going to buy like the university is going to buy like 1,000 bikes. It's going to make them free for students. You just have to sign up to use it, right? So free bikes. So when you start answering, your brain just is like free bikes. And so you just want to get the detail out there. It's like free bikes. But that is actually not going to help you improve, because you need to be paying attention to everything you're saying. So, for example, when you just think free bikes, you forget, you kind of go through the reading and just maybe say it, and you don't have the subject verb agreement we need, right? You'll say something like the reading state instead of the reading states, because you're so focused. Me too, everybody. So that's why we're training to be like, oh, I want to avoid that. We're so focused on, let's get to the free bikes. Oh, there's so much to say. I got to say it all. That we don't realize we're being evaluated with every word we speak, right? So not to give you stress, but every word you speak needs the same focus as the detail free bikes. And then, like I said before, there's a difference between the reading states that, or if it is, this is a reading, this is an announcement, this will be that. If it's, Jenny wrote that the university should, that is the difference between, that's like 2 points. Like your subject verb agreement, your a and the, your accuracy, it is the difference between 2 to 4 points. Now, it's not one sentence that will lower your score. Remember that. It's the overall quality of each sentence. So you want to recognize, a lot of times students ask me, if I miss this detail, am I going to get a lower score? If I say one sentence wrong? But I want you to notice, in all the years of experience, that doesn't happen, because we are expressing our skill. So every sentence usually presents the same issue as every other sentence. So it's not going to be just one sentence where we have a grammar error. If we have a difficulty with grammar, it's going to be every other sentence. So everyone's okay with like one sentence that's a little awkward, it's a stressful exam, but you want to think to yourself, every time I speak, every sentence, it's not just the details, it's the way I'm presenting them, it's the accuracy. And so what that means is it's okay not to say everything. Just wanted to help you as we get into 2, 3, and 4 like that. So now, as you know, okay, just want to understand. I want to be clear and calm. I don't have to get everything. I just have to express myself clearly. So I hope you can read with more calm and comfort. So now, question number 2. Here's your reading. 45 seconds to take notes on this reading in your scratch paper. What change is the university announcing? And the reasons for it. 45 seconds starting now. All right. Now, I think Sitar texted, I have us in my speech. Does that affect my score? Like and yeah, it does. Nothing like to stress out about, but definitely something to work on. So right now, work on that. Just only English words, only English sounds. When you're not sure what to say, silence. Breathe to calm yourself so that you can control your speech more. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play both students. After the announcement, you hear a conversation, of course, between a male and female student. One of them will express his or her opinion on it. So go ahead, get ready for your notes. Here we go, starting now. The man. Do you believe this? I can't believe the university is really going through with this. The woman. You seem pretty upset even though you're not affected. I mean, you are a senior, right? The man. Yeah, but still, I think the university is making a bad decision. The woman. Why? Don't you think it's good that the university is trying to give students a more well-rounded education? The man. Well, yeah, but the university already has plenty of required courses that students need to take to graduate. That's one of the reasons why I came here. I like the fact that the university pushes all of us to learn about different subjects. But enough is enough. I think this new requirement is excessive. The woman. True. We really do need to satisfy a lot of requirements. The man. I know. It's just going to start taking students' time away from their majors. The woman. Do you think it'll really make the campus more diverse? The man. Maybe, but if that's the university's goal, then they're going about it all wrong. What it should do is increase the number of foreign students it accepts, since only a small percentage of students the university admits come from abroad. Having more students from different parts of the world in our classes would be a real way to add diversity, not having more science majors. The woman. That's a good point. So of course I have the transcript on the screen so that I can read it out loud to you, but you don't get that on the TOEFL. You only hear it once, you get to take your notes, and you see how it perfectly matches the reading. It always will. And now your question. The man expresses his opinion of the university's plan to add a new science course requirement. State his opinion and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion. So you're going to get the reading, straight to the conversation, straight to the question, and then your prep time. You have 30 seconds to prepare. So for Sitar and everybody, you know, my current students, my new students, what you want to do is remember that you want to spend just 15 or so seconds on the reading. Fast. 15, 17 seconds on the reading. And then 40 seconds, 40 seconds, man's opinion, first reason, second reason, because you're explaining. Remember, everybody, this is really helpful. Remember, you're helping somebody understand what's the university doing. So you want to make that clear, not just let me express my notes. And why, logically, why is this student supporting or against this? And then help me, your listener, explain. Not, let me hurry up and finish on time. Let me get through all these details. Let me apply all my strategies. Of course, we're going to do that. But above all of that, the priority is let me make sure the person listening understands me, speaking comfortably, clearly. I'm expressing ideas. If there's too much to say, I'm not trying to say everything, so my listener gets the core point. So 30 seconds to organize your answer, to get yourself ready to deliver this answer. Begin preparing your answer now. And now, everybody, eyes closed, deep breath. Repeat after me. I can do it. And now you have 60 seconds to speak in this moment your answer. You can do it. Impress yourself. Starting now. Bravo, everybody. All right, so don't worry if you did not quite perform the way you wanted. Pat yourself on the back anyway, because it's not easy and you're working hard Saturday morning or in the day for your dream. And if you impressed yourself, high five. High five. Not easy, right? So now let me go ahead and give my example answer. So even me, I'm a little nervous right now because again, I'm working the live, I'm seeing your comments, and I haven't been able to take notes. I got to prepare. So even though I teach this and I've done this before, it takes my full focus. So deep, slow breath. I can do it. And I begin. The announcement states that the university is adding a new science course requirement for incoming freshmen and current students to graduate to give a well-rounded education and increase diversity. The man in the conversation doesn't like this idea. First, he explains that the university already has enough required courses to deliver a well-rounded education. This new requirement is excessive and will take students time away from their major. Second, he doesn't believe this is a good way for the university to add diversity. It may help, But a better way is if the university instead focused on accepting more international students. They only accept a few. That's why the man doesn't like this. Got to give myself a pat on the back, right? Because that was challenging, because what I want you to realize is it's normal that as you're expressing something, your brain is just a little bit giving you the next thing to say. And so what I want you to know is there's this very delicate dance, right? Where if you're speaking faster, then your brain can tell you what to say clearly. You will stay stuck in a speech that you're not satisfied with and that won't get you the score you want. So what you want to do is speak at the pace where you know and you feel your brain is giving you what to say. And when my brain is taking some time, like I was like, what's the first reason? What's the second reason? I'm just breathing quietly until it comes. It might take zero point 0.5 seconds. It might take 5 seconds. It's not grammar. It's not note taking. A lot of times it's, are you allowing your brain to be part of your speaking, or are you just kind of pushing faster than even your brain can match? Does that make sense and help everybody? Yes, no, maybe so? I hope that answer was helpful. It taught you to be calm. Like Michaela asked, what happens if I get to take notes on one reason? You rely on your short-term memory. You still perform your best. You may finish the question early, but you give the best answer you can, right? Always adapt to the situation of the exam, but your training right now should prevent that. If you're afraid that's going to happen, train more. Trust me, everybody, you're an athlete with the TOEFL. You can do it. And like an athlete, you know when you're ready. So if you have this nervousness, it's okay. But if you really feel like, what if this happens? What if that happens? Totally normal. That means I need to prepare more, right? Because when you're prepared, you're ready for anything. And you just need to trust your performance. And if you don't do well, it's okay, but you're going into the exam prepared. Hope that makes sense. And Premika asked, do you have any templates? Yes. In my example answer, you hear all the templates in my words. And in the training, we have it. And if you look at previous videos, if you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, you'll see that, we always try to give different content, but you'll see it there. But yes, we do. Just kind of looking through your messages. And Sharing asked, please elaborate on connection. The only thing I can say is connection is repetition. So you heard me when I gave the reasons for the man and the man. I repeated what I said in the reading. That's connection. I would love to give more, but we got to do question 3 and 4, keep the class to an hour. So that's why I want you to feel patient. That's why I want you to think, yeah, it does take, 20 to 60 hours to prepare for my very first exam ever, and at least 100 hours to improve, 2 to 4 points, 4+ points with good training here with NoteFull or just anywhere. And I'll answer some more questions as I go along. So keep your questions coming, and I'll keep answering them. But now it's your turn. Try again after you heard me. Eyes closed, deep breath. Repeat after me. I can do it. And everybody, your turn one more time. Begin. Okay, so how did you do? Let me know. Better? You feeling stronger? Or you're noticing I got to work on this a little more? Dagim, do we need to have a template for every speaking question? Does it help? Yes, and a little. So templates are one little part. So I would say if I'm preparing you, maybe 2 to 5% of what I'm going to teach you is the template. It's like kind of the simplest thing that you don't really want to worry about too much. There there are other things that are infinitely more important: stress management, time management, pronunciation, smoothness, connection, uh, comprehension, listening comprehension, reading comprehension, vocabulary. All things we train, that's what's going to transform your speech. Anne asks, in question number 2, sometimes the question says briefly summarize the announcement, and sometimes the question says explain the man's opinion. The structure that we teach you answers both questions. So the answer that I gave works for both styles of questions. Even though it is different, it still satisfies and completes the information necessary to get a perfect 30 out of 30.